Hello and welcome back. So I've been cleaning my Wicked Edge sharpener itself today. There was all kinds of metal shavings and all kinds of nasty funk all over it. And also later here in a moment, I'm going to be cleaning my stones. This is pretty underwhelming, cleaning this thing. Basically, it's just wiping it down, or if you have a magnet, you can use it to suck up all the dust and then wipe it down. But there are just a couple tricks, little things that I've found over the years of using this that help it, just when you're using it, it makes it a little nicer. So a lot of the times when you see me sharpening knives, you will see, let me get this on here before I forget it and lose it. Come on. Anyways, you will see me, like as I change out my stones and I put new stones on, I will tighten these little nubbins right here. So these will, at least on this model, at least my particular sharpener, these do sometimes back themselves out while you're sharpening, and you'll wind up with these things kind of rattling back and forth and having a little bit of play. So I've just kind of had that happen enough to know that just to keep these sharpened up. But one thing that you can do while you're cleaning is all those little nubbins that those screws go into, keep those clean and free of metal shavings, and also clean the threads on here. So I took these arms off, cleaned them all up, use a Q-tip, blah, blah, blah. Keep it all just clean and uneventful. So that's a good thing to do. And another thing is I like to, I don't know how effective it is. It kind of seems like it does help a little bit, but so obviously the stones, they slide over these rods right here, and less resistance is better. So I like to take some Remington dry lube, do a little squirt squirt, and I coat these in that dry lube, and it kind of seems to just make your stones glide a little bit smoother. So it's not a huge improvement, but sometimes when you do get new stones, they are a little tight on here, like they just kind of need broken in a little bit. It's kind of like maybe like a new pair of boots or something that you buy where the leather's snug at first and then you just have to wear them and then they loosen up. It's kind of the same thing with the stones. So this stuff just kind of helps just glide up and down on the stones glide up and down on the rod. So that's about it for the actual base and the unit itself. I do take these screws out, take this piece off, and kind of just get everywhere that I can and get it all nice and clean. So that's really about it for this section of it, but I will meet you in a moment over at my ultrasonic cleaner, which is what I use to clean my stones later. Okay, here we are, and we are at my ultrasonic cleaner. And this specific unit is a iSonic digital ultrasonic cleaner, 2,500 milliliters with a heater. So how I set it up: hot water to the full line, little dollop of dish soap in there, just as a little bit of an adjutant, if you will. And then I turn the heater on and let it get nice and warm. That's hot water. So the goal here is just to remove all of this crap. You can see all that nasty metal shavings all up in there. So I want to get those cleaned. And one thing that I do want to say is that for the Wicked Edge specifically, this will probably work better or just fine like if you have just a straight diamond stone that doesn't have adhesive. So these stones are like glued to the plastic, right? On the Wicked Edge website, I do believe that it explicitly says, do not put your stones in an ultrasonic cleaner. But that's exactly what we're gonna do. But I suppose I can be a douchebag and give you the disclaimer that I am not encouraging you to do it. I'm showing you know, how I do it. And if you do it and all your stones fall apart, it's your own damn fault. Okay, moving on. Well, let's see, that's basically it. So I'm just gonna drop a few of these in my little handy dandy basket, and with the heater on, I'll probably go, yeah, about 5 minutes a piece. and I just completely submerged them. Oh, I guess one thing too that I did want to talk about, my ceramics. As far as my little disclaimer goes right there, I did have one of my ceramics fall off in here. So I don't do my ceramics anymore. Basically, it's just got that like adhesive, you know, those like little strips of thick glue that you can just like peel off and it comes off in a strip, kind of like string cheese or something like that. That's the kind of glue that's underneath these stones. I just went ahead and put, after that happened, I got all the old glue out of there, and I went back and just super glued the ceramic piece that came out, and it seems to be just fine. So that's how I did it. That was my experience. But this thing can potentially knock your stones out. So that's that. So I think what I'm going to do is a time lapse, and this is perfectly clear water. I haven't used this at all before. I'm going to do a time lapse of all this stuff. I might do maybe 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes on the cleaner here, and just do all my stones. You can see what it looks like, and it'll be kind of boring for a moment, but hopefully it goes pretty quick with the time lapse. And then at the end, I will show you how much metal this thing actually pulls out of your stones. So I'll get started on that, and I'll see you in a moment. All right, we're all done. I worked my way all the way through all of my diamond stones, and that's what's left inside there. So I know it kind of doesn't look like a ton, maybe to you, but those are all like little piles of dust. Like they're, yeah, just little piles of shit all over the place. So are these things necessarily like perfectly clean? No, probably not. But like that. It gets the vast majority out of it. It's super easy. It's basically just kind of a set it and forget it kind of thing. And it does pretty darn good. You probably, maybe, noticed that when I got to my 3,000 grit stones that have the glass on the other side of them, I just sat here and held them and dunked them in there because I didn't want to. These lapping films are still new. I think I've only done 2 or 3 knives with the lapping film, so I didn't. I was pretty certain that that would jack it up. So I just kind of held it, dunked it for a few minutes, and then that was good. However, something interesting did happen. Lately, I did several fixed blade knives, and they were my brother's knives. And whoops, wrong way. Come on now. No, okay. Anyways, they were a bunch of fixed blade knives that were non-stainless steel, and you can see right there. There's a bunch of little rust spots all over here. So I was kind of lazy today. Basically, I just dunked these, and then I've got a towel like right off the screen here, and I just set them down. I didn't pat them dry or anything like that. I just let them sit there, and some of that non-stainless metal of the knives that I've been sharpening started to rest on there. So my fix for that was to grab my can of Ballistol, multi-purpose lubricator, penetrates, protects, preserves, blah, 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 blah. I use this stuff to clean up the funky bits of guns when I come home from the gun range. It's really good at doing all that. But it's really a good rust preventer, cleaner kind of thing. So basically I just put it on a dirty, nasty towel that I have. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And look at that. Ta-da. just like that. So no big sweat whatsoever. There you can see it again on this side. Plus this thing kind of, I think, pulls a little bit more metal dust out of here. Because like I said, I don't think the ultrasonic cleaner gets everything out of there, but just kind of the bulk of it. So yeah, that's that. That's what I do. That's how I do it. You don't have to do it that way. Just remember, it's your own damn fault if this thing like ruins your stones and they all fall apart. Not my fault. I'm telling you not to do it, but if you do it, it is now and always will be your own damn fault. So anyways, I'm going to hurry up and get this all cleaned up. And actually, I need to go light a candle because this ballistol stuff freaking stinks. And my wife gets pissed when I spray this anywhere other than the basement or the garage. And I'm at the dining room table right now, and it freaking stinks because I did go through and clean up all these stones. So I don't want to get chewed out on camera. So I'm going to go. Talk to you guys later. See ya.